Most people try to just delete the apps, hope for the best. That never works. And then you end up relapsing and finding the same problem comes again and again and again. So in this video, you're going to find out exactly why you keep going back, what it's doing to you, and 4 simple steps to actually start fixing it. And you see, the first reason why you're addicted to your phone is probably not the reason that you actually think. And I'm going to say something a bit controversial here. You're not really addicted to your phone. You're actually addicted to how it makes you feel. You see, it actually starts with boredom. There's nothing to do, days go by, and you've got nothing going on in your life. And you see, I've experienced this myself, where you have so much free time in the day, and you're just thinking, what am I going to do to pass the time? Yeah, I could read a book. Yeah, I could go on a walk, but my phone is right next to me. It's the simplest thing to do. Let me just check a few messages and catch up on my YouTube feed. But you see, that is exactly the problem, because people who hate being bored and just can't sit with that feeling of boredom, they're far more likely to use their phones compulsively. Boredom and FOMO, the fear of missing out, they go hand in hand. Picture this, you're bored and you feel like everyone else is doing something. So you pick up the phone, desperate to refresh your feed and see what other people are doing. But it's not just boredom. Let's dig a bit deeper. It's actually that feeling of wanting company, wanting someone to talk to. But when that feeling isn't being met in real life, then the phone steps in and it keeps pulling you back. And this is why FOMO is such a big part of it. It's not just about missing out on events. It's about feeling disconnected from people. The phone feels like the quickest fix for that. Have you been in a situation? And so if you only try to fix the phone and not the feeling underneath, you will go back to it every single time, no matter how hard you try and stay on your digital detox. So this is why it starts. But let's talk about what it's actually doing to you every day it keeps going. It's not just taking up your time, it's messing up your sleep, your brain, and your mood. One of the biggest problems is staying up beyond midnight because of your phone. And then you wake up the next morning and you're feeling foggy and all over the place. And the first thing that you do, you check your phone. You know it's bad, but you just do it anyways because you can't resist. And in fact, research shows that late night use of the phone, it damages your sleep in 4 ways. 1, it pushes your bedtime later, so you just get less sleep. The second thing is that exciting content, social media, and messages that get your brain going right when it should be winding down. The light from the screen, especially up close, it stops your body from producing melatonin, a chemical that makes you feel sleepy. And then the 4th thing is the notifications, and the habit of checking your phone causes you to wake up during the night. But here's the thing though, it's not always the phone causing the bad sleep. Sometimes people who are already stressed or anxious end up on their phones more at night. It goes both ways, but regardless, the phone is making it harder to get out of that loop, and your mood takes a hit too. How many times have you felt disappointed and stung because you've had no messages, no likes, no one reaching out to you, and the time, looking up and realizing that a whole hour has just disappeared whilst you're on this device? Gone. Nothing to show for it. Bad sleep makes your morning and your whole day worse. A bad morning makes you grab your phone first thing, and round we go. It's just one big loop, and the phone is keeping it spinning. I've tried stopping before, deleted apps, come off platforms, and it doesn't last. And here's exactly why. Because deleting apps, it feels like you've taken a big step, but that feeling that you've got is still sitting there right underneath. So you've deleted Instagram, you've deleted Snapchat, but I still have YouTube and WhatsApp, and I'm still hooked. You get off the apps, and then you just go right back to them not long after. And this is what is called relapsing. It may be a digital detox, it may be something a lot less than that, but there's 4 main reasons why we keep going back. The triggers haven't changed. You're bored, lonely, or stressed, lying in bed, and you see your phone nearby. It's all still there. Those feelings don't go away. And the underlying need has not been replaced. If you remove scrolling but you don't add anything else, you've left a gap, and they'll get filled eventually, good or bad. And there's something that we all fall into, classic trap, all or nothing thinking, where if you accidentally check your phone, you feel like a failure. And so therefore you just quit your whole plan of trying to get off your phone on those apps and you relapse right back into where you were. Again, I mentioned it, FOMO and catching up, coming back to a pile of messages and notifications just pulls you straight back into what you were doing. And there's another layer to this in that you're trying to do too much at one time. Feeling overwhelmed actually makes you pick up your phone more rather than less. And stopping everything all at once just puts too much pressure on you. And that pressure leads to giving in. This is not about being weak. It's about fixing the wrong thing. Until you deal with the real reason, nothing will stick. And so what actually helps? Here are 4 things that I'm trying right now. Simple ones. And it doesn't involve going cold turkey. So step 1 is you need to decide what you want your phone to actually be. What I mean by this is before you change anything, ask yourself one honest question. What do I actually want my phone to be in my life? This sounds silly, but do you want something that you can lean on all day, or just something that you use to message people? Knowing the answer gives you something to work from instead of just running away from it. And without asking this first, every time you cut back, it just feels like you're missing out. And with it, you're making a real choice about what you want your phone to be. This matters because a lot of people, they just try to stop without ever thinking about what they're stopping for. You need a direction, and this has to come first. Without this, you can't build any better habits. Believe me, I've tried before to go through the simple route without questioning myself. It leads me right back to my phone every time. But the next step is being honest about where things actually stand right now. Look at how you actually use your phone. Everyone says it, but I'll say it again. Check your screen time. Which apps are you spending the most time on? And how does each one make you feel? Your phone already tracks this for you. You don't need to do anything except go in your settings and find it. The real number is almost always higher than you think. For example, I think I would spend on average around an hour and a half on YouTube. But looking at my screen time shows that I'm spending 3 to 4 hours a day on YouTube on my phone, which is mad. Think about what I could do with that extra time. But seeing that actual number, it makes it real. And if you feel a sense of guilt, it's not exactly a bad thing. It goes from a weird feeling of, I use my phone too much, to actually giving you something specific that you can look at. Now, for each app, you're going to ask yourself, how do I actually feel after I use this? More connected, entertained, or worse than before? That question is actually quite a good starting point. And this is not about making yourself feel bad, because you're not alone. And actually, this is a very good first step to be at. You can't change something that you haven't properly looked at. So you know what you want and you can see what's happening. Now you're going to swap the habit, not just drop it. So most people, what they'll do is they'll just take the phone away and there remains this big gap, but you've got to put something real in its place. So a common example I have is that after work between 5 and 7 o'clock, instead of sitting on my phone, I've got to actually put a plan in place. So for example, maybe going straight to the gym or go on a walk. And it just needs to be one simple swap, one specific window. Start with that. And research is clear on this. Trying to replace a habit is more effective than just trying to stop. So here's how a phone habit actually works. Number 1, something triggers you. That feeling of boredom we talked about right at the start. A pause in conversation, waking up. Second thing, you reach for your phone and you start scrolling. Third, you get a reward, distraction, relief, novelty. Our brains are always looking for something new, and that's what social media gives you. Replacing your habit keeps the trigger and the reward, but it changes what you do in the middle. And here are some replacement strategies that have been shown to work and what I'm going to try in my own life. When you're bored, try picking up a book or going for a short walk. When you're anxious, try a quick 30-second breathing exercise or step outside. When you're lonely, text or call someone instead of just scrolling on your phone. And when you're avoiding something, use the 2-minute rule and get a head start on that task which is putting you off. Just start the damn thing for 2 minutes. And physical replacements actually work well. Even doing something like 10 push-ups or a short walk, when that urge hits, it weakens the phone checking habit more than willpower alone will. and the replacement needs to hit the same need. Get out of the house, be around people. That will start to fill the gap the phone was filling. That's the point. Keep it small as well. One time of day, one new thing, that's it. Don't overwhelm yourself. But the last step is the one that a lot of people are skipping. And that's probably why most attempts fall apart. You got to tell someone what you're trying to do. You can be accountable to someone else or even to yourself. Screen time timers, they are the first kind of guardrail that you have. And research on digital detoxes, they show that if you completely go away from your phone and social media apps, it means you quickly relapse. What you've got to do is pair moderate, targeted reductions with new habits that are more sustainable. Here's a practical tool you can try. Limit your social media or your messaging to 2 or 3 set times in the day. Then fill those windows with the ones where you normally would scroll to something planned and offline. Before you pick up your phone as well, think, take a breath, pause, and ask yourself, what do I actually want right now? And that will just put a little bit of friction, a little bit of time in between you and the scroll. And also remember this, one bad day doesn't mean the end. You've got to be accountable to yourself, and that will stop one day from turning into 2 and turning into 3 and multiplying, and then all of a sudden going back to step 1. So you basically got to understand that these 4 steps are the reasons why you keep relapsing on your phone, what I found. So now you know the root causes, you know why we relapse and go back on our phones. We know why it's so damaging in the first place. And it's very clear at this point that it's never about trying hard enough. It's just that we're looking at it the wrong way. And if you want to know more about similar strategies on improving your relationship with your phone and your mental health in general, you're going to want to watch this video right here. I'll see you there. Peace out.